Hi. Cheers. Oh yeah. That's a good coffee. Anyway, welcome to a new video. It's been quite some time since I've last spoken with you guys in YouTube, telling you about something different than just cars. And in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about a few of the things that have been happening over the last couple of weeks, or basically in the last month. Starting off with the main subject, I guess, would be the hacking of my Instagram profile, Barroso. To be honest, I'm just gonna keep it short. It was my fault. It was just perfect timing for this person to hack my profile, because I think it was about, before it happened, 10 days before that, around 10 days or 2 weeks, I tried to get the blue badge certification through Instagram. I sent a request, I uploaded a picture of my ID, etc, trying to prove that it's me as a person, as a physical person, using that profile to get the certified badge. And 10 days later, after I applied for this badge, I received an email of Instagram. It looks legit. I was busy doing other things, getting some work done on my computer, and I see this email, and I didn't really spend much time besides looking. Oh, it was something with add Instagram help support or something like that. It had the whole, if you would compare it with a double authentication email, and this one, the whole layout was basically the same, so it looked legit to me. And it said we are something about we're approving, we're checking to accept your request for the blue badge verification, or it was like finish the last steps for your blue badge verification, something like that. So it said sign in, and it took me to Facebook. It opened Facebook, and I gave in my username, my password. I logged in to the account connected to this Instagram profile, and yeah, that was basically it, because I realized my iPad was making notification sounds, and it said something, some device somewhere, I don't remember if it was Barcelona or somewhere else, London, I don't recall the exact city, but it was a different city than the one I live in. And it said some person on another device from this location tried to log in into your profile. Please make sure that it's you doing this login. And I said, well, I screwed up. So it just took seconds. I tried to go into my phone, change my password. I couldn't change my password. This person had already changed the password, taken off double authentication. So the codes I had to regain access to my profile were no longer valid. So basically that's it. So my message to you is double check all emails, and if you're not sure, don't do it, don't click it, don't anything. It sounds stupid, you've heard it a million times, I've heard it, I've seen it, I've read it a billion times from other people, other sources, you name it, articles, and TV, on YouTube videos, whatever. Always the same story with the links and the emails, don't click it, whatever. And most of the times you can tell very easily if it's legit or not. It looks weird. Sometimes they send it to the wrong email address. This time basically all matched, so it was hard for me to actually tell. But if I look back and see what I've done with that profile in the last, I've had this account. It started as Apple Moments. back in 2016, end of 2016, the beginning of 2017, and I started doing with like the typical Apple fanboy content with the flat lace and all that stuff, just tech pictures with Apple related content, and it grew very quick. I had about 10,000 followers back then. Instagram worked differently than it does now, so those pictures had a lot of reach, a lot of interactions, and it led to gaining about 10,000 followers in about 8 or 9 months, which for me was crazy because I never really did it with that intention of growing a big profile on Instagram. And one thing led to another. After some time I got not bored, but it was always the same thing, and I was like, I can't always create the same stuff. It's hard for me, and you get to the boundaries, you get to the limits very quickly if it's such a small niche and focused on small things. I mean, you can expand into what apps you use, everyday carry and all that stuff, which I did, and I found myself in a situation where I said, this is not something that I want to keep doing any longer. So I decided to slowly switch it up to something which also interests me, which is lifestyle and fashion, and well, just like sharing the style I have. I still have the same interest about Apple. I use a lot of Apple tech on my daily basis work and things that I have to do. So that was still part of it, but I wanted to expand it and to share a little bit more and make it a little bit more personal. So that's where I made the shift, and where I changed the username to Barroso with a dot after the B. And it grew quite well until the point where, after the pandemic and the lockdowns and all that, I got stuck about 41,000. I reached the point where I was at 45,000, and that was the lockdown period where everyone was at home using their phone, hanging on social media all the time, and then it went backwards and I got stuck at 41,000, and that was almost a year. So it was 41,200, 41,900. So I thought, well, either my profile is just going nowhere, even though I started creating content with cars. I got new collaborations, for example, with Grupo Motor, which is a big company which owns different dealerships of cars here. I was able to assist to different events from them, share that with you. So I didn't think it was really the content, just maybe the account just, I don't know, I don't want to say shadow banning or stuff like that, just maybe it didn't work out anymore. So for me, closing this, maybe in a forced way because it got hacked, it definitely feels good because I get to rethink and restart. Obviously I will, and I am sharing content that I did before, but mainly because I like it. It is part of who I am and what I'm trying to share on the platform. And there's a lot more planning and a lot of things that I would like to do in near future and share with you. So I guess it's always great. I mean, the end of something is the beginning of something else. So I'm really looking forward to see where this goes. And that's basically the whole Instagram chapter. So if for some reason you're following this YouTube channel and you didn't even notice that my main profile on Instagram, Barroso, got hacked, the one I'm using now is Helmut_Barroso. And that's where I'll be posting, I think, on a daily basis. I've managed so far to do it. Maybe I will change that depending on time management, not because it's less important, but because I want maybe to create things that are a little bit more detailed or more interesting, and they take more time. So maybe more videos or a series of pictures that have to do with something related with each other, maybe with the entire row. So let's see where it goes. And another important thing that happened in the last couple of weeks was that Katya and I got corona. It was definitely less, how can I say it? It was not so bad as I thought it would be, thank God, because everyone reacts to this virus in a different way. We hadn't had the vaccine for other reasons. Now here in Spain you have access to different points where you can get vaccinated. If you haven't done it, go inform yourself, check which is the nearest location. If you haven't done it, go and do it. We are not going to get vaccinated as of now because we just got the virus, and you're not supposed to get vaccinated because you have the antibodies. So in summary, the symptoms, it feels like a very hard, very strong flu, like a cold. But the most annoying part for me was not being able to smell or to taste for almost 10 days. And I still don't taste every single detail or ingredient when I eat something. It's way better than it was back then, but it's still taking some time. Yeah, so that's basically it. Just different kind of video this time, talking a little bit about what has happened, my thoughts about it. And yeah, so if you have any suggestions for Instagram, for YouTube, please let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments, I read all of your messages. If I don't reply right away, I'm really sorry. I will try to change that as good as I can. And I hope I get some feedback from you guys so that we can create something cool and something new and interesting. And I guess I'll see you on the next video. Take care.